Chargers, my side team. I think we both love Justin Herbert.
America's side team.
But we were there first, I think. How could you not be with those uniforms?
The only thing negative I have to say about the uniforms is they're all so sick that you can't. There's not a bad one in the bunch.
Yeah, we were considering like doing a little throwback ranking in honor of the 49ers, kind of like mid 90s unis they've been rolling out lately. The Steve Youngs, like from that Super Bowl that wasn't even competitive against the Chargers. The problem with the Chargers throwbacks are their new uniforms are so great. I'm like,
I guess they call it midnight blue, but those are my favorites.
Oh, I like those too with the LaDainian Tomlinson, like dark blue ones. They don't get enough love. How about the team though? Are they going to win the division now? Are we supposed to like just accept that because they kind of have Kansas City's number and they're improved? They got a new coach. They don't lose. Well, we thought they weren't going to lose games the old Chargers way. That they're now shoo-ins to at least compete for this thing.
Kansas City turned the ball over 4 times and they still almost won. Like, you know, I mean, I think Kansas City is messing around too much, which is a nice way of saying they just got to stop turning the ball over. I mean, the defense is not good. It doesn't really matter. But I still think they're going to win the division. I think the Chargers are a playoff team. And like, I think they've got the pieces to actually win a playoff game or two.
Yep.
But I still think Kansas City's better.
Yeah, my thing is like, yes, Kansas City turned the ball over 4 times, still almost won. Yes, they messed around, but like this has kind of become a little bit of who they are for much of the regular season. And that's a way to like, they're living real dangerously. And a lot of those turnovers are like Patrick just being like, as a result of the way the Chargers match up with them, hey, fuck it. Like I'm frustrated. I'm just going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to throw a moon ball and just see if somebody can come down with it because I'm frustrated.
Yeah. No, that's it. I think it's like really hard for me to criticize Patrick Mahomes, but yesterday I didn't really know what else to say about the Chiefs. Like we know the defense's issues. It's not, you know, and they're missing pieces as well. But at this point, like we're going on 2 games where he's turned the ball over in high leverage situations and they were his fault. They weren't all his fault.
Yeah,
you know, Edwards-Helaire fumbled.
Yep.
Some skill player whose name I had never heard of before the game tipped it. But the ball to Kelsey was his fault. The previous game he threw it. And I think you're right. I think there's like a feeling like, oh shit, not only is there a quarterback on the other sideline who's kind of can go toe to toe with me, but teams that kind of have our number, like they're not kicking field goals against us anymore like they were 2 years ago. Every team knows that they have to push their offense to the limits. And as a result, I think he's taken some unnecessary risks for sure.
It's so true though that, you know, the cliche of you get everybody's best shot. Well, they're like absolutely getting people's best shot as far as the most aggressive shot you can get. I mean, Staley, like I loved the approach. Maybe they leave them a little bit too much time or something, or, you know, maybe that fade backfires, but evidently you and I saw that. You tweeted about it. Herbert was the one who checked to that fade on the 4-yard line. Like, I just love setting a tone of, hey, we're not afraid of you at all. Like, and guess what? We're going to see you again, which is a major consideration when you're looking at that tape in the mindset of the Kansas City team. And my only thing is this. I agree with you. Chiefs are going to win the division. I think it's more because of the way the Chargers are going to play everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're gonna come up short because of a lot of their self-inflicted wounds that they're still growing out of. But for some reason, they play the Chiefs great. And that's not a defensive strategy that other teams can replicate, right?
Yeah. I was actually surprised. They played a lot more two-man in this particular game than they have been. It was more similar to what the Bucs did in the Super Bowl, but you're right. Many teams don't have the personnel to do it. Like Asante Samuel Jr. already looks like a young star. Adderley's playing better with Derwin James back. And then, you know, you and I talk all the time about how Joey Bosa is like the most underrated football player on earth. So I think like they kind of lack a secondary pass rusher, which could bite them in the end because teams are clearly game planning against Bosa, but it's still, they just still have talent, so much talent on that roster.